Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Missy Cooking on a Budget. And I'm Missy. So, I don't know when this is going to go up, so sometimes what I say gets confusing. I do have a live coming up in a couple hours at 1 o'clock. This will not be up before because I won't be finished with it. But I wanted to come on before I started my live because I already started cooking this. So today, I'm making two soups. A couple of the people I watched, my friends, Grandma Teresa and Natty's Homemaking, and I think Autumn Soul Lane might have done it last week. They all made a chicken stew. We all make them a little bit differently, and I've been wanting one since I seen them make theirs. So that's what I've got going on today. I'm gonna bring you over because I already I'm making my own broth. So what I did was, in this pan, I put 8 cups of water. I was unthawing chicken thighs. So I got 4 chicken thighs in here. I put a medium onion. I just cut it in half. I threw in just a bunch of celery that I cut up. I put in a teaspoon of the Better Than Bouillon. I put in salt, pepper to taste. I put in celery salt, and I put in garlic powder and some onion powder. That's what I got in here. And as soon as this is done, I'm going to take the chicken out and, shred it. Will I use all the chicken? Probably not. But that's what was in the pack, and I'll save it for something else. So it's almost just about done. And I'll take out the other stuff and then taste it and see where I need to go. And then continue to cook what I need for the chicken stew. So that's what's going on in there. Over here, I'm going to make Ed a hamburger soup. And we'll both be eating off this for a couple days. So this is still frozen, which is one thing I do love about hamburger is that most of the time you can just throw it in the pan, even if it's not all thawed. So in his, what I'm going to do is just brown the hamburger. And I'm going to throw in, while it's browning, some black pepper to taste, some salt. That's all I'm going to do for now, because I'm going to put the other spices in once I add in the broth and the other ingredients. But that's going to start getting browning. This, I think my chicken's just about done. I'm going to take my chicken out. I gotta get a bowl. So get the bowl and a spoon. And I'll take the chicken out. And I'll take the skin off. I'm just going to shred up my chicken. And quite a lot of that broth is boiled down. I'm just going to add some more water to it. I'm going to let that cool for a little bit. Over in this pan, just filling up my water cup. This is a 4-cup measure, so I'm going to just put a little bit in this hamburger, help it along. And the rest, I'm going to put right in here. Not quite all of it. There we go. Start breaking up my hamburger. And this won't take very long to unthaw this way. You just keep flipping it and scraping it. And it works out pretty good. Done it 1,000 times. I do see a piece of fat that came off on its own. I'm going to take that out. This is going to be very hot, but I'm might even take up the onions and make them a little bit smaller. A lot more flavor it's going to need. So I'm going to start with putting in just a little bit more bouillon. I'm going to do another teaspoonful. Got that in there. We're going to put in, I just bought a new celery. I used the rest a little bit when I started this. Oh, come on. You know, let's put that paper on in there. Oh. Does it have a thing? Oh, I'm going to need Ed to open that. So I will be adding this, but I'm going to have to go have Ed open it in a minute. I'm going to put in some parsley. Nothing. My hands are not working today. And you put in the cut parsley to the amount that you want. I'm probably going to go with a whole teaspoon, teaspoon and a half. I'm going to add in a little bit of white pepper for a little kick, if I can find it. Where'd you go, white pepper? Right here. Let's put a little bit on that one too. I'm going to keep these all out because I might have to add more. That one I haven't put in yet. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder, another teaspoon, and then I'm going to put in a teaspoon of onion powder. I hope you guys can hear me. I can hear myself talking softly today. Where'd you go, onion powder? I had to get things organized. I'm really so unorganized right now. I have been for a while. Oh, you know what? It was a big one, so I didn't even put it up there. Oh, I got a little bit left in this one. I'm going to try to use this up. Still a little bit stuck together, but I'm not going to worry about that. It'll all dissolve in there. There we go. We'll use that one up first before I buy a new one, before I open up the new one. I'm gonna wash that. All right. I'm not gonna bore you with it, but I'm gonna do my chicken. I'm gonna cut up these onions to be smaller. I got some potatoes to peel and some carrots. That's what I'm gonna put in here. Some potatoes, carrots. Cut up the onions a little bit more. And that's all that's gonna go in that besides putting back the chicken. Then I'm gonna make some dumplings. So after my live today, which is an hour and a half, I will do the dumplings until the last minute. I'm hoping to get this the hamburger will be all started. Hopefully. Now with this one, just in case I'm not able to come back, this one I'm going to use this container of beef stock. I'm just going to show you everything I'm going to put in here. How would I do it that way? Brown the hamburger, put the spices in, drain any excess grease, put in the thing of beef stock. Then I'm going to add some carrots. When I chop up the carrots for the beef stew, I'm going to put in a can of tomato soup. I'm going to put in some tomato sauce. going to use the Ditalani little noodles. That's what we like to have in here. So I'm going to use 1 cup of the Ditalani noodles, 1 can of tomato sauce, 1 can of tomato soup, the carrots, and that's what I'm going to throw in that soup. And it's going to be delicious. You got to remember when you're making soup with noodles, you only want to put, it looks like, oh, I'm also going to put in like a handful of rice. I usually do a palmful of rice. You got to remember when you're doing anything with noodles that you don't want to, it's soup. So you only want to put like basically a cup or even a half a cup, because it's going to soak up all that juice and it's not going to be a soup anymore. It's going to be, you know, like a pasta dish. So we got both of these going. Let them be. I got to get this back on the charger so I have juice for my live. But I'll come back and show you what these end up being later on today. All right, remember, I love you, Jesus loves you more. Let me do my card before I forget. Which one am I going to use? We'll pull from this one. We'll pull from this one. This one is 1 Corinthians 10:31. Whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God. The key to finding joy in everyday tasks is to realize that all these jobs you do as mom and are for God's glory. Through your love and dedication, God will fill you with joy. That goes for men and women both. Everything that we do, we must do with the intention of glorifying God. You know, whether it's cleaning our home, being a wife, going to work, taking care of our children, just being out in the world. We have to do everything to honor God, for His glory, to magnify Him and not ourselves. And everything else will follow. So always remember that in life. Put that cover back on. All right, I'll show you guys our finished meal when it's finished. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you on my next video. Hello guys, I'm back. I just got done with my live. Had to change my shirt. The shirt just lines both my arms. Oh, it's warm in here. But we're gonna finish the soups. So for the chicken stew, what I'm gonna do, and I never measure, is I'm just gonna pour some flour in this bowl here. It's usually like almost a whole cup, I guess. I'm gonna take some hot water. And I'm gonna mix it up. Now I've seen people do this with milk. My mother never did it with milk, she did it with water. And I'm gonna drop these dumplings in, and that's what a dumpling is. It's how my mother made dumplings, how I make dumplings. So you want it to be like a drop consistency. And sometimes I put salt and pepper in it, sometimes I don't. It don't really matter. Alright, so I've got this now boiling. I put the chicken in. What I did is I had some leftover spinach still. So I got that in there. I cut the onions, chicken, carrots. And you want this boiling when you put these in. And you just drop them in. And obviously if you're feeding a bigger crowd, you're going to make more of these, but it's just me. And those are to cook 10 to 15 minutes. And that soup will be finished. I gotta get a cloth on. Excuse me. Then over here, Ed's soup is done. And what I did is that instead of the can of sauce that I showed you, I actually did a can of diced tomatoes because he likes that. And that's how this soup comes out. That was 1 cup of noodles. Look at how many noodles that made. That's a lot. And this is, I already took a bite of his. His is so delicious. Made just a little bit of rice in there. That's not much. I used a little palmful. Carrots. The tomatoes. Oh, I think he's going to get a bowl. Do you want to put it back? It's like warm. Like 2 seconds.
That can't be that much of a difference. So let me try it. You take a bite.
Yep. All right, you're on camera.
Double dip the spoon.
It's just me and you.
Oh no.
Ed's going to take a little bite of the soup now.
Giant diced carrot. Tomato.
Just need some butter, salt, and pepper.
Look at me. I look like Phyllis Diller. Yeah.
So, but anyways, that's his soup. I made my soup. We'll be eating off this soup for a couple days because I try to make small soups, but I just don't know how to do it. I try because, you know.
That's right. The neighbors appreciate it.
Yes, but he'll have this for a day or so, and so will I, and then it is what it is. But he's gonna just add some salt and pepper and butter, and I'm gonna do the same to mine. But the flavorings are all on point. Besides for that, and that's what's for dinner tonight. So I'll see you guys in my next video. I appreciate you all. Remember, Jesus loves you. I love you. Jesus loves you more.
Just gonna show you my little favorite spoon, my little Nestle Quick spoon.
That's usually his ice cream spoon.
It's my everything spoon.
All right. We love you, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.